Five Nights at Freddy's. A low-budget indie horror game, with a haunted pizzeria and murderous animatronics. Not exactly the kind of game you'd expect to become a hit with kids. But somehow, it blew up. It wasn't just a viral success, it became a cultural phenomenon, especially among younger people. Today we're breaking down how and why FNAF 1 became a massive hit, how it affected socialization in schools, playgrounds, and households, and how it reshaped the indie horror game genre forever. Let us rewind to 2014. FNAF wasn't backed by a studio or a big budget. It was created by one man, Scott Cawthon, after his previous games were criticized for having creepy-looking characters. Instead of backing down, he leaned into that criticism, and Five Nights at Freddy's was born. But what made it stand out? The gameplay was simple but tense. You didn't walk around or fight enemies, you just sat in a security office and checked cameras. But that made it scarier. You were helpless and the anxiety was real. Haunted animatronics in a Chuck E. Cheese-style restaurant? It was nostalgic and terrifying at the same time. Kids already knew those places. Now imagine them coming to life at night. Tension was slow burning. The jump scares were legendary, quick, loud, and unforgettable. They became viral reaction content online. Even in the first game, there were hints of a deeper, darker story. Hidden audio, newspaper clippings, and cryptic messages sparked curiosity. Fans started theorizing, piecing together what happened at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. You might ask, why would kids like such a scary game? YouTubers like Markiplier, PewDiePie, and others brought FNAF into the spotlight. Markiplier even called it the scariest game I've ever played. Kids loved watching these creators scream, laugh, and react. It made them feel included. It was fun to talk about. You didn't need to be good at the game to enjoy it. You could watch, get scared, and still be part of the hype. Kids started reenacting jump scares, drawing the characters, and talking about their favorite animatronic. FNAF was scary, yes, but in a controlled way. It wasn't gory or violent like traditional horror games. The fear came from suspense, not blood. That made it acceptable scary for many parents. Each animatronic had a unique personality. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, they weren't just enemies, they were characters. This made them marketable, relatable, and oddly likable. The FNAF 1 craze spilled into the real world, and it shaped how kids interacted with each other. Kids bonded over FNAF videos, theories, and jump scares. It became a playground status symbol, to say you'd beaten Night 5 or maybe even Night 6. Some schools even had to ban FNAF drawings because students were so obsessed. That's wild. Honestly, the only thing I can think of that came close in terms of inspiring kids to draw characters was Pokémon. Siblings watched together. Parents, unsure about the hype, often ended up knowing all the characters' names. Kids asked for FNAF birthday cakes, plushies, Halloween costumes. It wasn't just a game, it was a household name. FNAF communities exploded across forums, YouTube comments, Reddit, even TikTok years later. Kids posted fan art, animations, and theories of their own. It became a hub for young creators to explore digital art, storytelling, and even music. The game made serious waves, not to mention its, kind of expected appeal to another group entirely. Compared to other horror games at the time, FNAF had some clear standout elements. Minimal controls yet maximum tension. Unlike most horror games with complex gameplay, FNAF used minimal interaction to create a tense atmosphere. Personality-driven horror. The animatronics were characters. They have behaviors and quirks, not just monsters. That added charm, mystery, and memorability. The game didn't explain its story outright. Players had to dig for clues. This made the game feel alive, like a mystery waiting to be solved. Short, scary, and reaction-heavy content is perfect for YouTube. FNAF gave content creators viral fuel, which looped back into its popularity. FNAF changed the game, literally, for indie horror. Indie horror existed before FNAF, but it wasn't mainstream. But after FNAF, everyone wanted to create the next viral hit. It proved that one person could compete with big studios. Storytelling through atmosphere and lore was just as powerful as flashy graphics. Community-driven games could grow beyond the game itself into books, merch, and even movies. It was amazing. It sparked inspiration especially for younger people to pursue what they want in terms of their dreams. FNAF also paved the way for horror games that focused on tension over action like Tattletale, Bendy and the Ink Machine, Poppy Playtime, and more. It raised the bar and created a blueprint. Simple concept, strong visuals, deep lore, and viral potential. Five Nights at Freddy's didn't just scare us, it brought us together. Maybe Five Nights at Freddy's were the friends we made or the stories we shared along the way, as it became a conversation starter in schools, a bonding point for siblings, a creative spark for young fans, and a challenge for indie developers everywhere. What started as a desperate project from a struggling developer turned into a billion-dollar franchise and a piece of internet history. And for a whole generation of kids, Five Nights at Freddy's was more than a horror game, it was a rite of passage. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to please like, share, and subscribe, or Freddy might